There's a lot of uncertainty right now around the economy, and nobody likes that, especially anybody in housing. Armand Dolman recently said this to BNN, and he's right. With all of the uncertainty right now with tariffs and all the global tensions, people tend to pause. And when that happens, that ripples into our housing market. But here's the part that people are overlooking right now. While the US Federal Reserve has not started cutting rates, we're starting to see signs that a rate cut could be coming. At the last meeting, there were two federal members that did not agree with the decision to hold rates. And it's very unusual that you don't see a unanimous decision. So it's the sign or early signs that we're starting to see a shift. This could be good news for Canada. If the Fed starts to drop rates, it's going to give more room for the Bank of Canada to start bringing down rates as well. Here in Canada, the Bank of Canada decided to hold rates for the third consecutive time in a row. And when looking at June numbers, we did see unemployment tick down a little bit and inflation increase, both just slightly. But July told a very different story with the steep job loss of 40,800 jobs. That's the most we've experienced since 2022. Depending on what happens with our latest inflation numbers, a rate cut in September is certainly on the table. So far, we're seeing a cautious, gradual path forward. Not a spike, but also not a slide. Now, we still definitely have some headwinds that we're dealing with. 60% of the mortgages are going to be renewing by the end of 2026, and 40% of those homeowners are going to have higher payments. Now, as far as delinquency rates go, we're still under 0.25%, and that's in Toronto, which is one of the higher regions. So we're finding right now that homeowners do still have options. A lot of them still have equity that they can either use and access, or they can stretch out their amortizations. So people are finding solutions to be able to keep their homes. So in my opinion, the market isn't falling apart. It's just taking a bit of a breather right now. And slow and steady growth is how we're going to return to stability.